Hello and namaste, my name is Nidhi Nagori and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm taking a deep dive into Finland and giving you some specific ideas about how you can plan your move. Today's video is going to be about some pathways that I think are the most practical and easiest to use if you are considering your move to Finland. Now, if you're wondering why are we talking about Finland, then I recommend that you check out my older video where I discussed how Finland is in dire need of immigrants, and the only way that they can go ahead with their development or their constant growth, increase in GDP, etc. is through foreign talent. If you're interested in Finland or if you are potentially considering a move to Finland, then this video is for you, and your girl is here to give you all the tea. So all that you have to do is stick around. Video is in collaboration with DataCamp, and I want to sincerely thank them for collaborating with me today. You guys know I always keep harping about how important data and tech is in today's world. We know that the World Economic Forum report has stated that about 80 million jobs will die out, which means they will become redundant over the next coming years, but 95 million new jobs will take their place. Most of these new jobs that will be created will be in the space of technology and data. In fact, if you just look around, a lot of the corporate roles have already shifted. You don't just have finance now, you have fintech. You don't just have regulation now, you have regulatory tech or the reg tech. You also don't just have marketing, you have digital marketing. So everything today is about technology, it's about data, it's about tech. And that's where DataCamp fits in perfectly well. It gives you the option of picking up courses that you want, the skills that you want to pick up, and you can learn them at your own pace. If you're confused, if you don't know which is the right course for you, which course should you go for, then they also have a free assessment tool. This assessment tool will help you understand what's the right course for you. So you don't even have to use your brains there. They have it all set up for you. And the best part, you can start learning with DataCamp all for free today. I'm leaving a link in the description box down below for you. Go check that link out, sign up using that link, and if you do so, you get your first chapter of any session that you like for free. You don't have to pay anything for it, so you can try, you can see if you like it, and if you enjoy the learning, if you enjoy the entire process, then you can go ahead with it. What I loved about DataCamp is that they have a bunch of opportunities and a bunch of different courses for you to pick from. I was specifically looking at the career track and I came across a bunch of these courses. Absolutely love what goes into these courses. Top experts have built up these courses, so you don't even have to worry about the quality. Currently, I'm doing this particular course. It is a data science course, which I've absolutely loved so far. I love the method of teaching. I love the fact that I can do it at my own pace. And I love the fact that it comes from top experts, so I don't have to worry about the quality. So here is my suggestion for you. Whether you want to move to Finland, whether you want to move to Germany, Canada, any other country, or whether you want to work in your home country, the future is tech. The future is data. And that's where DataCamp comes in. So make sure that you sign up for DataCamp and check out the options, try some of these and see if you like them, and totally go ahead and do these courses. I'm pretty sure these are going to be fun. I'll leave the link in the description box, so don't forget to check them out. I'm assuming that you've already seen the older video, but if you haven't, I'm going to give you some backstory just so that we can connect the two tales of that video and this video. Finland in the recent past has been seeing some serious labor shortages, which is on account of their aging population, coupled with the fact that they don't have younger population coming in and they don't have their current young people having enough kids. In the recent past, we've seen a lot of these studies come up which ascertain that as a country develops, the people living there tend to have less and less kids. I'm sure you've also seen it, and I've also seen it in my family. My grandparents had way more kids than my parents. And when it comes to our generation, we are also delaying the process further. So in short, you have a lot of people who are getting old and you don't have the same number of young people coming into the workforce to plug the gap. This is the problem that Finland faces currently, and it is expected that in the next decade, Finland will have more of older people and less of younger people in the workforce itself, which means you'll have less and less of people in the workforce who can pay the taxes to keep the older people happy, safe, and prosperous. Which is why Finland needs a lot of immigrants. Now, I know I've already discussed about the work permit pathway in the previous video, so I'm going to again suggest that you go and watch it. But let me give you some quick look into what it is like for working. And if you don't want to move for work permit, if you want to figure out if this suits you, if Finland is for you or not, let's talk about the other pathways of moving to Finland. The first pathway that I absolutely loved is the starter permit. Now, I know that a lot of other countries offer it, but I'll tell you what is special about Finland. So Finland is trying to come up as this big tech and startup hub in Nordic region. It is taking the lead, so to say, in all the Nordic countries, and it really wants to go ahead, well ahead, bull strong to this plan. Because of this ambition of theirs, they've come up with a free college program that anyone can access. Yes, there's a free college program which comes from the Aalto University in Finland itself. You can take up their course, you can study that entire course. You also get certified at the end. There are proper exams. So you can take up, this is a startup course, by the way. So you can take this course up, you can study, you can write the exams, you get fully certified by a Finnish college at the end. And then you can come up and develop your startup idea. If your idea is selected, you will get this permit to move straight to Finland. Now coming to the bigger question, what about finances? Well, you don't need any finances, not even a single penny to submit your idea. So basically, this is just a pathway for anybody who's interested in moving to Finland and wants to be an entrepreneur. All that you have to do is make sure you take this course. This is an optional course, but I recommend taking it whether or not you want to do the startup route or not. It's always good to be certified by a local university. So you understand the culture a little bit more, you understand what is life like in Finland, you understand what the teaching patterns are, you can derive and learn a lot more through just the courses. So I absolutely recommend you take up these free courses. And if you want to then go ahead with the startup route, come up with an idea and just put it in the way that the course teaches you. And whether you have money or not, you can straight up move to Finland. They're going to fund you. They're going to set up everything for you and give it to you in your hand. This part of the pathway is not something that I've seen. It is unique to Finland because they give you access to then going into one of their colleges and studying. Now, if you're not a startup person, you don't want to do this course, but you still want to study in a Finnish college, then I recommend the MOOC fee courses. MOOC is generally open free classes which are free to all, and the University of Helsinki has their own courses on MOOC. I'm going to leave the link down in the comments or in the description box, but you can see the screen right up here. So you can see you have a bunch of courses here to pick from. Once again, just like the previous course, you will get certified by the university. So you get a professional degree from Finland itself, and you can pick what kind of course you want to study. I still think that the startup course is amazing. A couple of my followers who I had already suggested the course to have loved it, and they felt that this was absolutely worth their time. So that was the startup permit. Now let's come to the second permit, which is jobs in Finland. I'm sure you've already guessed by now that one of the requirements of being able to work in Finland is to be fluent in Finnish. Now, this does not apply to two permits, which is startup and work. So as long as you're going for the startup permit or if you're going for the work permit, you don't have to be fluent in Finnish. Yes, it is recommended that you still be fluent because knowing the local language will only help you not just at work, but also in social integration. So if you go to Business Finland website, which is the government website to increase more commerce, trade and business in Finland, you will see that there are a bunch of jobs that are open in English. Here are some of the jobs that I see. I'm going to screenshot all of that. Again, highly recommend that you go to this website and try. These jobs only require that you be fluent in English and you don't need any fluency in Finnish. Again, a recommendation, not a requirement. Now let's talk about another type of visa, the third pathway, which is the internship visa. I particularly like this visa because this is more of let's go, try it out, and if I don't like it, I always have an option of coming back. Internship visa is a kind of visa that a lot of countries in Europe seem to have because they want to make it easier for not just the employee but also the employer, especially if you're hiring foreigners, so that you can try them for some time, take them in as an intern, take them in as a trainee, see if you like them, and then offer a full job. Why? Because there are a lot of legal liabilities that come up when you take somebody as full-time. That's why you'll generally see that you have something called probation in your offer letter. This is not something that is unique to Finland. A lot of countries do this. It's only when you go higher up in your career that the probation thing drops down and then you are full-time from day one. But generally, if you're hiring somebody that you're not sure of, or if they're coming from a different country or different background, it makes sense to have something for probation. In Europe, that becomes the internship visa. This visa can last for up to 18 months, and I think this works great because I think it also gives the employee the chance to go and see if they like that. So whether you like Finland or not, you can get onto this visa, you can go, and then you can work there and see if this is for you. If it's not for you, then you can always move back to your home country. These internships are not unpaid. In fact, they're decently funded because it is illegal to have people working without pay in these countries. How to find internships? I would just do a regular search on the job search websites. I'm going to put some job search websites for you here so you can just go and look up internships and apply. That's where most of the internships are posted, especially if they're looking for foreign workers to come in to try to see if they like each other, the employer and employee both like each other. So that's where all of it is posted. I'm going to leave some links up here in screenshots, so make sure you go and check these websites out. Just go type internship in the search bar and see what pops up and apply for them. Also, if you want to look for full-time job, yes, you can always do that on the Business Finland website. That's also an option for you. But if you don't want to do that, then I would say go in and apply for internships. Now let's talk about a question that I'm sure most of us have, which is, what is permanent pathway? Is there a pathway to becoming permanent? Because visas are temporary in nature. If a visa is rescinded, if it is cancelled, you have to move back to your home country. So that's not something that's permanent. So what is the pathway to permanency or being a permanent resident in Finland? Would you be surprised if I say that there is a pathway? Well, yes, there is a pathway. As long as you stay for 4 continuous years in Finland, you can apply for your PR. What do I mean by PR? PR is just like any other country's permanent residency. You can live and work in Finland without requiring any sponsorship. You have a right to live and work there, officially granted from the government. How do we define continuous period? Does it mean that you have to be in Finland for all the 4 into 365 days, which marks the 4 entire years? Well, that's not true, and that's not how the Finnish government looks at it. They want you to be living for more than 6 months in any given year in Finland. So whether you stay in Finland for 12 months or 8 months in any given year, you are just fine. All that you have to do is come up with an explanation of why you were absent. You could be gone for vacation, you could be gone for looking into your family matters, you could be gone for taking care of your family. All that they want is documented. And if you're wondering, when does the citizenship come? Well, it comes just after 5 years of continuous residence in Finland. So once you stay there for 5 years, whether you came in as a student, whether you came in as a worker, whether you came in as a trainee, as long as you've been there for 5 years, again, the same logic applies. By staying more than 6 months in any given year, then you are eligible to get a Finland citizenship. Now, the citizenship is just another pathway by itself. You need to have language skills. You need to make sure that you have all the documents, everything in place. It is a very simple process, but I think the most tough part of this entire process is language. Although I do feel that in 5 years that you spend there, or even 4 years that you spend there, in any country that doesn't speak English, I think it's very tough to not learn the language. I think that would come up very naturally. Just like how I grew up in Bengal, and even though Bengali wasn't my mother tongue, I'm still fluent in reading, writing, speaking Bengali. So I think that part of it will happen extremely naturally, and it won't be something that you will be pressurized in learning or doing. On that note, this cute video has come to an end. If you are planning for a life in Finland, please let me know in the comments below. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below as well. If you need more resources, that should also be in the comments below. Basically, anything and everything that you need to know, please put them down in the comments below, because you guys know I only make videos and I only create content about things you need. Also, don't forget to hit the like button down below and subscribe to the channel, because I keep creating these videos for you. Promise to see you in the next video. Until then, make sure you take care of yourself. Stay safe. Namaste.